Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AfroSwing FX. In this episode, we will be reviewing my copy trading experience with HFM and Windsor Brokers Kenya. Stay tuned. Let's see what's up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AfroSwing FX. This episode we'll be doing a review of two brokers, yes, HFM Kenya and Windsor Brokers Kenya. I'll be looking at their copy trading platforms. I'll be giving my experience that I've had for the last like 1 year. I've been with HFM for the last 2 years. From May 2022, I've been with Windsor Brokers for the last almost a year. We are clocking 1 year around September. So the basis of this review will be based on two parameters. Number one, trading conditions. Number two, onboarding experience. So I will go through trading conditions number one. And trading conditions, I'll look at leverage. Both forex brokers have the same leverage. They offer you the same leverage of 1:400. Sorry, I was adjusting my camera. I think now it's okay. So they give you a leverage of 1:400. So none is superior to the other. So on that trading condition A, they're both equal. We go to the most important trading condition for me. The most important trading condition for me would be the silent profit killer, swaps. Swaps, for those who do swing trading like I do, or position trading, they know over time swaps tend to eat into your profits. So for those guys who don't know what a swap is a trading cost. We have spreads, commissions, we have swaps. The majority of the accounts out there don't have commissions, they have swaps. And spreads is the difference between the buying price or the bid price and the ask price, or the buying price and the selling price. And you'll find brokers will tell you they have the thinnest or the narrowest spreads. Spreads is the difference between the buying price and the selling price. Spreads. I made a mistake. Spreads. Swap is the cost. Now, say you're selling euro USD, you are short euro USD, meaning you're selling the euro and you're buying the dollar. And if the interest rate of the euro happens to be 5%, and the interest rate of the currency that you're buying happens to be 5%, so euro 5, USD 5, the interest rate of what you're selling versus what you're buying cancel out. The interest rate is zero. So you'll find that brokers add a small cost onto the swap. So if the interest rates cancel out, you'll find maybe like a positive or negative one. But suppose you're selling euro Swiss franc. You're selling euro at 4.5% interest rates, and you're buying Swiss franc at 0.5. So that tells you already you're negative 4% of that trade, negative 4% in terms of interest rate swaps. So you'll pay for that from your profits. So what happens is that brokers will add a small cost onto the swaps. So if the swap is cancelling out, you might find they are charging you maybe a 0.01 USD. That's how they raise money. That's how they make money. Now, on swaps, HFM win this round, and I'll tell you why they win this round. For 2 years I've been with them. I've seen their swaps they're there, but they're very healthy compared to Windsor. And allow me to show you an image. So just a minute, I want to load the image. So what is on your screen? You're seeing WB. We have the AUD NZD short trade. We have the Euro GBP long trade, and we have the GBP USD short trade. So let us take the calculator and see the total swaps charged by Windsor Brokers for these 3 trades. And the same 3 trades, we look at them across, we look at them in HFM. So we have negative 0.11, negative 4.33, and negative 1.11. That's negative 5. Negative 5.55. For those 3 trades, negative 5.55 swaps. Let's see what HFM will charge me. So this is same HFM. Now, same 3 trades, HFM will charge me 0.14, and then negative 2.22. And for Euro GBP, please note that Windsor was charging me negative 4.33. HFM is charging me negative 2.22, almost half. So that tells you if all these trades were supposed to close at $0 profit, I would lose more with Windsor than I would with HFM. And that's the biggest problem here with Windsor Brokers. I have had clients who copy my trades on Windsor. Windsor is my fastest growing account. In less than 1 year, I have had about 12 followers who've put like $14,000 in terms of following and copying my trades. HFM is my oldest, but it doesn't grow that fast. I have had just like 5. So the investors who follow or copy my trades on Windsor, they have complained that they are making money for the broker. And it makes sense because let me ask, if the Euro GBP trade on HFM will close at $10 and I lost 2.2, I'll get $7. So $7, I'll walk away with 3.5. The investor will walk away with 3.5. I take 50% profits. But let's see Windsor. If I close at $10, I have already lost $4. That means there's only $6 on the table to divide amongst ourselves. So you'll realize the profits you make on Windsor will be suppressed because of swaps. And the profits you make on HFM will be slightly better because of the same swaps. So those are the two issues in trading conditions, leverage and swaps. But on the swap matter and overall trading condition, Windsor lose this round, HFM win. So let's go to the next parameter. The next parameter would be the onboarding process. And the onboarding process for Windsor is fairly straightforward. It's easy, stress-free. Like it's just an easygoing process. You don't have a lot of questions you need to answer. You just open, you do the KYC, know your client, and then you move forward. But let me show you the onboarding process for HFM. So what is loading here on my screen is a suitability test. And HFM will ask you this question. They'll ask you as a strategy provider, and they'll also ask you as an investor. So maybe as a strategy provider, you understand these questions. I've only done like 2 screenshots. So number 1, they'll ask you what percentage of your net worth is in liquid assets. Then number 2, they'll ask you what percentage of your total monthly income goes towards your mortgage and or financial commitments. Let's see what's the other thing they'll ask you. Just a minute. Good. Then they'll ask you, I've skipped some few questions. They'll ask you the scenarios below, show the possibility of blah, blah. It's a multiple choice thing, so you can guess. Which of these definitions best describe your trading strategy? So I ask, as an investor who wants to copy my trades or somebody else's trades, why should they ask me all these questions? Why do they want to know all this information? Mark you, should you answer one of these things wrong, you will fail. And if you fail, you will wait for 7 days before you repeat this test. For a person who has the money to invest in Forex trading and then you fail this test, how will that make you feel? Ideally, you will just feel like, I don't want to do this thing. I want to walk away from this. And I've gotten that response from investors who have the ability to invest and follow and copy my trades, but they ask me, why are they asking me all these questions? I don't have the answers to majority of these questions. See, one question wrong, you're out. So what happens is that I have to share my answers with these investors. Ideally, we are lying on this exam. Ideally, that's what we are doing. Then again, it fits the name, copy trading. So they are copying my answers. Now, this suitability test, as an investor or a trader, especially on the copy trading platform, chances are you'll repeat these tests every 6 months to 1 year. Chances are. Now, for those of you who've been trading for a while and you've dealt with guys who are not interested in learning how to trade, but they're interested in copy trading, by the time they clock 6 months, chances are they've forgotten even their login credentials. Leave alone the answer. chances are they've forgotten their login credentials. And you'll find that by the time you're asking somebody to repeat this exercise, either they don't have the time or they don't have the patience. So you find on the onboarding experience, Windsor is better, but in trading conditions, HFM is better. So in summary, who would I pick? Despite their shitty onboarding experience, I would take HFM because swaps in the long run, man, they will take you out of the game. They will take you out of the game. I will choose HFM, but HFM, the issues of onboarding, those issues are within their control. They can improve their user experience. And let me show you something else that I have seen with HFM. So this is my website. Let me show you something very interesting. So this is my account with FXTM. If you read the description, it's a conservative long-term based strategy. A long-term based strategy, or that's a typo, based on supply and demand. I am seeking to create wealth and compound investor wealth, targeting 20% per annum. Only recommended for long-term patient investors. You see, I have described this type of fund and who should only follow me and why you should follow me. I've already described. Let's go to Windsor. Afro Swing is a swing trader using supply and demand. I do not trade every other day or week. I only execute when I find high probability setups that seek to minimize risk. It's more or less capital preservation. I only recommend followers who are patient with a long-term goal of compounding and growing their account. I've also described in that account the type of person who should invest. Now let's see what HFM has. This swing trading strategy is predominantly based on supply and demand. And why am I showing you this? Why am I showing you this? I attempted to register. This is a new account. It's barely 5 hours old at the time I'm shooting this video. Today is the 7th of August 2024. So I tried registering an account called Opes Octas, and I'm explaining why HFM have a tedious process that I really don't like. Opes Octas is Latin for wealth growth. They flagged the name Opes Octas. I wonder why. Then they referred me to their code of conduct. Strategy provider shall not use a defamatory or derogatory statements or threatening statements. I wonder why Opes Octas is considered such. Then I tried to describe this copy trading. I tried to describe and said that it's a long-term strategy focused on capital preservation and conservative long-term growth, like recommended for long-term patient investors. They also flagged that statement. Now, let me assume I'm an investor. If you give me such a description across the 3 platforms, by the time I'm choosing to invest, I know why I am investing. I'll not just look at the metrics, I'll look at the description. If you go to the HFM platform today, you will not find accounts describing whether they are conservative or aggressive, whether they are patient or they are not patient. You will not find that. You will simply find generic, vague descriptions. And that's why I'm saying the onboarding process for HFM is just not the best. But if I was to choose, I will endure the HFM experience. Why? Swaps are very expensive. They're an expensive cost in trading business. Very, very expensive. A very expensive cost in trading business. You'd rather go with a broker who does not have such exorbitant swaps. So if Windsor brokers don't improve or find a liquidity provider who will give them lower swaps, or if they don't review their costing structure and lower the cost that they attach to swaps, they are likely to lose a lot of business. Personally, I know for a fact I am gradually winding down my profit positions or my trading positions with Windsor. And the intention of me winding down is that I don't see myself being with them for a very, very long time if these are the trading conditions. So if there's anybody out there who is listening from Windsor, guys, check your swaps. If you can make them cheaper or affordable compared to other local brokers, then you would grow over the long term. If I'm getting complaints from investors telling me they feel that they're making money for Windsor, then chances are they're also looking for options. And I know they're looking for options. And to that effect, I've opened an extra account with HFM and FXTM because I know it is inevitable at some point they will exit. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I'll ask you to subscribe to my channel, like this content, save it, share it. Anybody who is interested in copy trading, share with them this video. It's best that they know. I will leave a link in my if you're watching this on YouTube, I will leave a link in the description for you to join the FXTM platform or for you to join the HFM platform. I will not leave a link for Windsor because I said Windsor is expensive. Thank you very much. Until next time, take care, guys.